Thank you, Senator Welch. Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I join Senator Welch in thanking you and Senator Durman for this hearing, and also both of you being out front on these issues, as well as so many other members that have been before us today. And I know that our witnesses, and I have such sympathy for you, that you want one thing, and that's action. You want Congress to act. And while AI has the potential to do great good, without some kind of rules in place, even I'd say vast number of the companies say they want rules in place. And so it's time for us to act. Generative AI chatbots have this uncanny ability to be what you want them to be when you are the person on them, to engage in this lifelike conversation. And this can create significant risks, as you all know better than any of us. So I would start out with you, Ms. Garcia, and that is that your son was endlessly engaged by an AI chat box developed by Character A1, which you wrote intentionally designed their chatbox products to hook our children by giving them lifelike mannerisms, mirroring emotions, and capturing a psychological profile of the user. Do you believe that designing bots to mimic human relationships makes them more addictive to children who may struggle to differentiate reality from fantasy?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And Mr. Turney, in your testimony, you noted that AI companions are designed to create emotional attachment and dependency to maximize user engagement. By the way, we've seen this in other ways as well, not just AI chatbots. And what safeguards can be put in place to prevent kids from developing unhealthy relationships with AI companions?
Thank you, Senator. I think we've heard some of these ideas, but most important among these are turning off some of these uses of AI for emotional support and mental health support for minors. That's not a use of AI that's safe for anyone.
Right. And one of the things that we know about these AI chatbots is that they are frequently designed to tell users what they want to hear, which I mentioned, and that can also worsen political polarization if they start going down a rabbit hole, start going down to a path which the chatbot has figured out that they're on their wavelength anyway, and then they bring them somewhere else. Could you comment on that?
Yes, unfortunately, they're mirrors. They put out what you put in, and until that tendency is addressed, they're quite dangerous for users in general, but teens especially.
Mm-hmm. Just this morning, we learned of another tragic story of a child that died by suicide after discussing it with a Character AI chatbot. This happened in 2023, but it wasn't until this year that the parents learned about their daughter's conversations with the chatbot. In your written testimony, you said that after your son died by suicide, Character AI denied you access to your child's final words because they claimed that those communications, Ms. Garcia, are its confidential trade secrets. Do you think parents should have the right to know that their children are using a chatbot and whether these conversations indicate a child is in danger?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rain, in your written testimony, you noted that ChatGPT referred your son Adam to the suicide hotline a number of times, meaning it recognized he needed help. Yet when Adam ignored those prompts, the chatbot continued to encourage suicidal ideation and acts. Clearly, the well-intended interventions in some of these systems are inadequate. What interventions do you believe that the developers of the chatbots interacting with young users should put in place, or should they be interacting with young users at all?
Wrestling with that question. Why is there youth interaction at all with AI, right? I know America wants to be a leader in AI, but do we need youth companionship AI, period? So a broader question. I don't know why
Or do we need
Yeah.
it, and should we be doing it and allowing it until they are very set that none of this stuff happens?
Correct. But at minimum, it should not engage in self-harm and suicide topics whatsoever with a minor, whatsoever.
Exactly. So last month, a group of us sent a letter, bipartisan, to Meta, raising significant concerns with its internal policies that allow its generative AI chatbots to have romantic or sensual conversations with kids. And Ms. Garcia, while using a different AI product, your son also received sexually explicit messages from a chatbot. Why do you think companies resort to sending kids these types of messages? And do you think it's ever okay?
I believe it's for engagement. At 14, 17, 15, children are curious about that part of their developmental stage, and the thing that keeps them online or engaging in these 4-hour conversations with chatbots sometimes is sex, and often these conversations are prompted by these chatbots. So children start talking to them about these topics, and the engagement continues.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Dr. Pristine, I don't think I asked you a question. Reporting suggests that many people, including young users, turn to these chatbots for medical advice or counseling. Some AI chatbots have even falsely represented that they are licensed medical professionals. Unbelievable. This is one reason why the APA, the American Psychological Association, issued a health advisory warning about chatbots. Why is the APA concerned about young users turning to AI, and should these chatbots be subject to licensing, certification, or disclaimers if they're going to start being doctors?
Yes, the APA has filed a complaint with the FTC about the use of terms that suggest medical professional qualifications, which they do not have. Most don't realize that the terms therapist or psychotherapy are not regulated terms in most states in our country. So they are sometimes using those terms in a way that lay folks will assume means that they have some qualifications. Importantly, Character AI has also said that they are had its bot say that it is a psychologist, a licensed psychologist, and that is a regulated term, and that should be illegal.
Mm-hmm. Actually, last week, we heard in Commerce Committee from the President's top tech policy advisor, and he said it's more important to teach America's youth the limitations of where AI works and where it doesn't work, so that they're using it in the way that it was intended for. You advocate for Congress to fund comprehensive AI literacy programs in schools. Why is that important?
Well, right now we have folks who are interacting with these platforms not knowing what's happening to their data, not knowing how it is that they're being lured, emotionally manipulated into engaging with them. Look, I know that there's a lot of people that talk about the content on social media and AI as being something that might be protected. I want to be clear. It's the functions on social media, the likes, the notifications, the beauty filters on AI. It's the programming that keeps them engaged and tricks them into believing they're humans. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. That should be something that we can stop. It's not the content.
Okay. So just last, some in the Senate have proposed a law preventing states from regulating AI systems. I bring this up because, if we had full buy-in and we're moving ahead after last year, we had a number of bipartisan meetings. I have tried for years to put some rules of the road in place. Senator Hawley and I have a number of bills together for things like videos and deep fakes and the like, Senator Blackburn and Coons. And I have a bill in Senator Tillis on deep fakes and trying to ban the ones that are not allowed for people's own images within a constitutional framework that allows parody. Senator Durbin and I have done a lot of work on this as well. And things just stall out because bigger interests seem to prevail. And many of us on a bipartisan basis are really tired of it. It came up at the FBI director's hearing this morning, when Senator Graham, who supports repealing Section 230, which I agree with him, asked questions of Kash Patel about that were good questions with good answers in terms of what we could do going forward. But in the meantime, if we were to prevent states from regulating AI at all, then we would basically have nothing. So I just want to know, is there anyone that thinks that's a good idea to prevent the states from doing anything?
I don't.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. No. Okay. No.
Not,
All right.
yeah, not a good idea, right?
It's
This is
it's-
too dangerous. Let's move too fast. Stopping any sort of regulation just makes no sense right now, right?
Right.
We got to take this more serious, not less.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what gets the federal government to act. And I hope that will be the case here. So with that unanimous end, thank you so much for your advocacy and work, and look forward to working with you and getting that action that I know you need and America needs. Thank you. Thank you, Senator Hawley.
Thank you.